Something that we're starting to see more and more of, and this is something I've been talking about, for a week or so now, but we're starting to see conservative media break up, as the Daily Beast put it, with Donald Trump. I've already talked extensively, of course, about what's happening over at Fox News. Obviously, you got your diehard Trumpers on Fox News, the ones who get the 3 million viewers in the prime time, your Hannitys, your Ingrams, and your Tucker Carlsons. But during the daytime, just in the last week, something remarkable has happened. You have had people like Martha McAllen, people like Neil Cavuto, and even people like Brian Kilmeade, and of course Bret Baier this week, come out and pretty much call out Donald Trump. Talk about how horrible these hearings have been for him, how explosive they've been, how, quote, compelling and stunning they have been. Those are words used by hosts on the air on Fox News. And Brian Kilmeade, of course, went the extra mile and said Trump hasn't been able to produce any evidence to suggest the election was stolen. Described him as unhinged following the 2020 election. That is strong language coming from a conservative pro-Trump person like Brian Kilmeade. But this week it went a step further. This week you had the conservative newspaper, the Washington Examiner, their editorial board actually put out an op-ed this week saying that Donald Trump is unfit to ever hold office anywhere ever again. All right, the exact quote, let me read it here. Let me find it 1 second. Trump is unfit to be anywhere near power ever again. All right, that is the exact quote from this conservative newspaper. And the National Review, another conservative outlet. Of course, they were never huge fans of Trump. They, as the Daily Beast explains, kind of shied away from going after him too much during his administration. But they came out this week with Andrew McCarthy, who's a columnist for them, also happens to be a Fox News contributor, who said that all in all, Hutchinson showed the nation moment by moment what he was like on a day when undeniably Trump was at his worst. It was worse than America thought. He also said that things will never be the same after this testimony. Also said, as many others have, that it was stunning. Said it was devastating for Donald Trump. Although a majority of conservative outlets, conservative speakers, conservative personalities, they're all still on board with Donald Trump. Plenty of them are actually still repeating his election lies. But the cracks are there. The cracks are growing both in size and in number. That is what is so important about stories like these. And of course, as I mentioned, this is actually coming from the Daily Beast. The Daily Beast pointed all this out. So even they are noticing what is happening, what I've been talking about for the last 2 weeks now. And that is that conservative media, to a degree, a small one now, but it is growing, they're starting to throw Donald Trump under the bus. They're trying to convince their viewers, their readers, whatever it is, that this ain't the guy. This is not the guy that's going to take the Republican Party into the future. This is the guy that is going to, in fact, tank the entire Republican Party if you ever put him back at the top of a ticket again. Because let's not forget, just because these outlets are coming out against Donald Trump, they're not doing it because they're suddenly allies of any of us on the left. They're doing it to preserve their own party. That's the point of this. They can recognize Trump's toxicity. And they want to make sure that we expel that toxicity before the next election so that conservatives can go on to keep winning. They're not attacking Trump out of the goodness of their heart. They're not attacking him because they disagree with his policies. They don't like that he has become an embarrassment to the Republican Party, and they want nothing more than for the Republican Party to succeed in taking over the country. So again, these are not our friends. It's fun to watch them attack Trump, but don't think for a second that just because we have a common enemy, that means we have a common goal. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.